All right, welcome back to the Lone Star Lowdown. We have our first official guest ever, Michael Taaffe here, member of the Texas Longhorns and DBU. Michael, what's up, man?
What's up? How are y'all doing?
Just live out here in the hills of Westlake, living in your domain.
Michael, you've been at the University of Texas. This is going into your second year on the football team. How do you like it, man? Is this a serious program? We building something for the future? Or are we getting back to where we need to be?
Yeah, I think last year, just having the staff, having their first year, it was like new to everyone. And it was new to me coming in, and it felt like it was new to the staff, and it was new to the returning players. And so just building that culture that they're trying to create and we're trying to create as well. Is kind of where we're going right now, and bringing in the guys that we need to bring in. Obviously, you can see this past week we're bringing in a bunch of new talent, and the talent that we just brought in the 22 class is unreal, and they show up to work every single day. So it's been really easy to try to bring that new culture of winning and what it takes to win to these new guys.
Well, you certainly know what it's like to be a winner, man. You won 2 state titles out here in Westlake. You were an integral part of that, what was it, the 2020 team, when you were playing all sides of the ball. They had you at a receiver, defensive back, and you returned punts too, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, man, you were a baller out there. Thought you were the heart and soul of that team, and obviously you installed some winning ways as they picked up the 3rd in a row this past season.
That's right.
You think they're going to continue that success over at Westlake?
I think so. I'm not sure who the quarterback's going to be this year, but I don't think they'll have a problem with finding one of those guys. Coach Salazar, it'll be his first year as the head coach, so I think he's an awesome guy. He knows what it takes to win. He's taught me almost all that I know, so I have a lot of trust in him, and I think everybody in the Westlake program knows what it takes to win. And it's not who you have, but it's the how, and it's the why. And so they know what it takes to win.
Well, Mook, I know there's 2 big recruits coming out of Westlake next year, Jaden Grayhouse, and what's the O-lineman's name?
TJ Shanahan?
TJ Shanahan. What are you going to do trying to get them to the 40 acres?
Well, there's also another one, and I know y'all are pretty familiar with his dad, but Colton Bosick.
How could we forget? He was my position coach back in the day.
Right. And so he's a dog also. And so I have more of a relationship with Colton than any of the 3 probably. And so I think he's a dog. I hope he comes. And then Jaden and TJ, I don't know TJ that well because I never played with him, but me and Jaden went back and forth on wide receiver DB one-on-ones every single day. And he's a hell of a competitor. You got to let them know where home is, and you take for granted how important it is to hang out with your family once you're away. And so just being able to drive 15 minutes to home whenever you want to is such a huge thing for me, just because family's everything to me. And I know those kids value their family too. So just understanding that we have something special brewing up right now. And it's going to be fun to watch us in the next coming years. And then, you're from Westlake, you want to stay home and you want to bring the title back to Texas.
Yeah, so speaking of recruitment, I know you were just involved in a pretty high-profile recruitment of Arch Manning, hosting him last week. Can you just tell us a little bit about how you sold him in Austin and the UT program?
Yeah, I think the selfish part of me would want to say that I did a lot of work, but I think he's a very smart guy, and he knows that he took it very step by step, his process, and he didn't let all the bling and all the cool stuff and the jerseys and what cool stadium it was, but it was just down to ball and the degree and who he can lead to a national championship and leave his legacy. And so it kind of came down to that for him was I can come into Texas and be the one to bring back a national championship, and I can make a name for myself. I think it's pretty cool to do it at the University of Texas and be who you can be. And I think he just, as far as me, he just believed that the culture is really changing just because of the way that we had talked about it and the way that I was expressing to him that we're not going to lose any more games here. We want to win so badly, and it hurt losing 7 games last year, and we're going to do all that we can to never go through that again. So he was convinced that the culture's changing like it is, and he wants to be a part of it, and he wants to be the front and center guy to do it.
Well, man, that makes sense. Can you give us a little insight? I mean, obviously 5-7 last year wasn't up to expectations for most Texas fans, or I'm sure y'all were the most mad about it of anyone. But have you seen kind of a culture shift from year 1 to year 2 for you in the program and with Sark and PK and the guys on defense?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you've seen a big change?
Absolutely.
Well, that's
yeah, I think there's a psychological fact that says it takes 18 months for a culture to change. And we're hitting 18 months here in about a week or two as far as the staff getting to the program. And so I think, like I said, it takes what I was saying was it takes 18 months for a culture to change.
Yeah.
Psychologically, it's proven that it takes 18 months for culture to really change. And so it's been in a week, it'll be 18 months since this staff got on to the 40 acres. And so I think just the consistency that they're preaching and that we're trying to relay to the younger guys and throughout the team, just about how it takes to win and what we got to do to win. And, college football winning is really hard. Every single team is very good. And so I think just consistency, and just work and never letting your ego get to you, but just putting in the grind and wanting to win more than the other team. And so, I mean, I know that we're going to be really good next year, but all that is talk until we prove it. So,
oh, hell yeah, man! I like the sound of all that.
Hey, Michael, it's Corey Guidry, man. Thank you for joining the show, man. I really appreciate it. It's great to talk to you. I just had to know, man, how often do you remind old Quinn Ewers about that state title game from a couple years ago and the game that you had against him?
Well, Quinn is one of my good buddies now, and he was actually the one that brought it up first when he came into the building and came onto campus in the winter. He said, "Hey, I'm not going to lie, man. I didn't think you could jump that high." And so ever since then, we kind of just joke around about it. It's kind of a funny inside joke to both of us, but I think deep down it hurts him a little bit. But
he knows who the Westlake is. He knows who the Westlake is, right?
That's exactly right.
Well, that's right. Well, hey, Mookie, I know you're in a rush, man. You got some stuff to do tonight. I just wanted to thank you for coming on, and hopefully we can get you on closer to the season. Maybe hopefully you're balling out on there on the field, man. I know big things are to come of you, and I expect it from you, from a Westlake chaparral, man. Well, yeah, Mookie, thanks for having you on, man, once again.
Yeah, thank y'all. Hook 'em.